say, what's that? It's Pat.
Hello, everyone. This is the Cousin Pat Therapy Show, and I am Patrick Argiro, aka Cousin Pat, and I am here with UFC Veteran Slippery Pete Peter Barrett. Hey, Peter, how are you? How's it going?
Good. How's it going, Pat? Good, thank you.
Does anyone ever call you Pete, or you don't like that?
I mean, I've answered to much worse. You know, I kind of just let people go with it.
Yeah. So I gotta say, Peter, I'm gonna call you Peter.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Guys like you, I find you annoying. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't appreciate the fact that you are in really good shape. You're good looking and you know how to fight. Do you think that's fair to the rest of us, Peter? Do you think that's fair?
No, I don't, but that's why I do it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Would it be fair to me to have this potentiality not be fulfilled?
Yeah, exactly. Great answer. You took it a little too serious, but great answer. I like that. I like that. I saw you on an interview, and I always wonder, like a Conor McGregor, good-looking guy, but clearly looks like a fighter to me. Where I always wonder how you guys take the beatings you do, like a guy like you, or like Paulo Acosta or Cody Garbrandt. Like, you guys are just beautiful men. I prefer the company of women. Don't get offended. Don't think because I'm wearing pink.
No, I know what you're saying, man. I do. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, but I'm sure you're sick of it and people saying that to you. But hey, man, it's better to be. I would rather be good looking. So
hey.
No, go on. I mean, hey, man, they're like, let them give you shit.
No, yeah, let it go.
Let them give you shit, because the thing is, if somebody, you're one of those guys where you're getting well known in the MMA community, but you're not at the Conor level. I think that's fair. So I think a guy might somebody in a wrong situation might try you, might say, like, "What's up, dude?" And like, "Oh, that's a mistake." Like, so
yeah.
Has that happened?
No, but I mean, we saw what happened. What was it? No more a week ago with
Schilling?
That incident. Yeah, that incident in the bar, and old boy stepped on someone. He didn't realize who he was. You got to assume everybody knows how to fight these days. You can't just run around starting shit with people. Picked a fight with the wrong guy, and he got smoked. Like, that shit happens.
He got smoked, and the thing is, Joe Schilling looks like a badass,
Yeah.
He just like looks, but that's a guy right there. The guy that got smoked is a guy who, if you watch the video, he was there with a girl. He was clearly probably intoxicated, and he did do a little shoulder thing. And Joe Schilling, there's another video of Joe Schilling where I used to be homeless, so this isn't making fun of him, but a homeless person went into his gym. And did you ever see this video? A homeless person went into his gym.
No.
Took a shower. Joe was cool with that. He's like, "You got to leave." But then he said he caught him with a sex toy and doing something. It was really weird. And the video shows Joe like beating the hell out of the guy. It's an interesting watch. Yeah, but
I've not seen that one.
Yeah, it's on there. It's on YouTube. I just Google it. I just YouTube it. So congratulations on your fight tomorrow. I was unaware, but I'm very happy for you. You are the main card for Cage Titans 49. So congratulations.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So Cage Titans has been awesome. I mean, outside of my fight on the Contender Series and with the UFC, I think all but one of my pro fights have been under the Cage Titans banner.
Yeah. So they treat you well.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, so I don't know why people even ask this question. I watched a lot of press conferences, and what's your predictions on the fight? And I would love for somebody to say, because I just think it'd be so funny and maybe honest. I'm really scared. I think he's going to knock me out in the third round. Like, what do you think you're going to say? So you obviously feel you're going to win. Is that beer?
No, that's a Waterloo.
Oh, I was hoping that was beer. That'd be so much cooler. Oh, that's nice.
No.
Is that one of your sponsors?
No, not at
Okay.
all. That'd be nice though. I do drink a ton of soda water, but
Yeah.
no,
So
it's either water, coffee, or soda water. That's pretty much all I consume.
so you try to stay healthy a lot, right? You have to in your
I would like to say that when I'm fight week, when I'm going into fight week, I'd say I'm the epitome of a robust immune system and how to look and feel healthy.
yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good lesson for people. Just to try to maintain a healthy lifestyle. The show is about trying to give lessons and stuff, but what I'm finding is I'm, to get those lessons, I have to really dig deep sometimes with you guys. But I've had people on this show, like other UFC fighters who I had one UFC fighter told me he put a rope around his neck, a belt around his neck and tried to hang himself. But what happens is, I want to keep it shorter so that, you have time to do your thing and stuff. But I think that, I hope you're very proud of yourself in the fact of your journey. Now you're the main event at a prestigious organization, and you were in the UFC, and you had success at the Dana White Contender Series, and you had a few losses there, but one was by decision. So sometimes leaving it up to the judges isn't always easy, right? So you probably
Mhm.
prefer not leaving it up to the judges, I would expect.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So what's your predictions for this fight? As far as, I'm not going to ask you if you think you're going to win, but I'm going to ask you what round do you think you're going to win? Because
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. No, I mean, he's like, they're like stepping stones, right? It's not, the fight's not about him. And I go into these fights where they're pretty much a reflection of what I've been doing and all the hard work that I've been putting in. And, whether I believe in what I've done, or if there's any doubt, normally you'd see that reflected in the cage. So, um, I'm going out there to really let everybody know that I've outgrown this arena, and that the next level, the UFC, is the level of competition that I belong to, and no slight on Ali, but he's just the next guy that's gonna take it so I can get back to where I belong.
Okay, and that's a fair and honest thing to say. I mean, it might hurt his feelings, but but if he's got some thick skin, which I hope he does, he should just take it for what it is. You're being honest about that. Um, Let me ask you this: you go into this fight because I don't know your situation with UFC as far as how I know there's all these really complex contracts of this and that and all these like little caveats.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you ask me, whatever you want, man. I am no longer under contract with them, and I'm very open about everything. So if there's a question you want to ask me about my relationship with the
Well,
UFC, you can. And
well, it's more like as I've been doing this show and interviewing a lot more people, I think like I interviewed a gentleman named Moiti. No, it's Muay Thai. It's like you say Muay Thai, but then you cut off the I. So it's Moiti Horenstein. He fought in UFC 10 and UFC 14. He's 0-2 in the UFC, but he's a badass. I mean, like everything else, he was a championship. He fought for our country. He fought for our country in the karate championships. I forget the type, but he real badass. What I said to him is like, and he's a very confident guy, and you should Google him. He was like a stud like you, but he's a taller guy, but just a jacked up dude. But he fought Mark Coleman, and
oh,
so
right on.
Mark Coleman, possibly a little enhanced. And then also, that was when the UFC was doing, different types of fighting. So he didn't have a ground game. And he had a paper written about him, said, I forget the name of the organization, but it was said the most dicked over fighter in UFC history. And my thing to him was, and I'll say it to you, is I went to high school with a guy who made it to the major leagues, Anthony Graffadino. He played in the Atlanta Braves, and now his son just got signed to the Atlanta Braves. And, if we were boys and we were drinking beer together, I'd say, son, you were in the major leagues. Like you made it to the major leagues. If I threw one pitch in the major leagues and someone hit a home run off me, Ken Griffey Jr., I'd still brag about the fact that Ken Griffey hit a home run off me. So I think you made it. You're there. You're going to get back there. But my question was, you do this fight, you destroy this guy, Bellator calls, One Championship calls, PFL calls, or is it more of this is just UFC? That's it.
No, I mean, reestablishing myself after coming off of 2 losses is going to be, paramount for me to put myself back on the market for any next level organization. PFL would be sweet. They pay a salary. If you're under contract for a season, you get paid regularly, not just when you're fighting. That would be amazing. That's what they're out there, trying to change the industry with. But One FC call, sure, man. I'd love to go travel to Asia to fight. Do I really want to? No, not if I can, fight around here. But why not? I'll get flown in to beat the shit out of their hometown kid. But it's really about the opportunity and the situation. So would I write off any chances? No. I mean, if Bellator said, hey, we got something coming up in Mohegan, here's a 1-fight deal, we want you to fight so-and-so, depends on who's on the other side of the contract. You know what I mean? Like, from all the conversations that I had with the UFC, as long as I'm not fighting trash cans and I'm racking up wins, I have a high probability of getting another fight. So, it all depends.
Well, I gotta say that I am very happy for you that that's the case. You have that nice open relationship, and that's another lesson. Don't burn a bridge. So that's a good lesson for people to learn. And what'd you call them? Tomato cans? Because that's
tomato cans.
Yeah, that's what they. That's what they used to call them back in, I think, in the movies too. And you know what? Even
or trash can drivers, garbage guys, part timers. As long as I'm, I want challenges. They got to be decent records. They can't be part timers. But at the end of the day, if I rack up 3 wins against, 3 or 4 guys that are 50-50 or better, it's all the same.
So I'm assuming, unless you were just kind of joking, I'm assuming you're from the Boston area.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I live out here at East Bridgewater, the South Shore and whatnot. I went to school in Dorchester.
Yeah. Well, because I got that thick New York accent, and I heard that accent. I heard that Boston, that was, what you were just saying. I can't even repeat it, but that Boston accent, garbage. Yeah, I love the Boston accent. It's my second favorite accent. Even Pittsburgh's got a little bit of a strange thing. You're like, what is that? It's
right.
Even the women from Pittsburgh. I know a woman from Pittsburgh, looks like an angel. She opens her mouth and she sounds like, oh yeah, she sounds like she should be in The Sopranos or something. It's really kind of funny. But what do you say?
No, I was laughing. You're good.
Oh, okay. So let's so you're fighting in Plymouth Memorial Hall tomorrow. I'm very happy for you. Is this going to be televised anywhere, or if I wanted to catch it?
Yeah, so they're doing Cage Titans. It was really cool because we did a press conference with them yesterday. One of the kids that got flown up to fight said, he just shooting from the hip said, this is probably the second biggest promotion I fought for, only second to LFA, which if you're looking at the hierarchy of MMA, you see UFC, Bellator, then you have regional shows like LFA. Now I would say we're getting Cage Titans is being recognized at that same level. CES is recognized at that level. The guys that are, the bigger shows that can get you into the UFC, it was really nice to hear that, coming from the outside perspective yesterday about Cage Titans being considered, of that tier and of that level of a regional show that can get people to the next level. You know what I mean? So it's
it's kind of like a minor league system, if you will. Kind of like,
right.
And which I think is great that you guys have that opportunity. I interviewed Travis Bam Bam Davis, and so he was fighting, and I always butcher it, on the Ohio Combat League. And I looked at him and I asked him to do the interview while he was fighting there, because I saw his record. He looks like a badass, and I was like, I read his story.
Brandon Davis, he fought Randy Costa, right? Are we thinking of the same guy?
Travis Bam Bam Davis.
Davis.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think I was thinking of Brandon Davis. I apologize.
No. That's it's another dude. I also interviewed another fighter named Davis. I can't remember who it was, but now he gets picked. That's why I'm so happy for you guys, because you never know what's going to happen. He's now going to be fighting on the main card in Bellator 263 next Saturday. on the main card against the number 5 ranked fighter. And if he beats the guy, he's got to be ranked top 10. So, I mean, there's opportunities there. And you
Yes.
work so hard. You guys work so hard that I just, I love talking to you guys. And you guys are really, you're down to earth. You're not, a lot of you guys were not born with silver spoons in your mouth. Blue collar families, whatever. And you're trying to make a name for yourself. And I think, you get back to UFC or you just destroy this guy tomorrow. And I think you're right back in the mix. And, what do you do outside the cage? Because you don't want just the cage to define you, but does the cage define who you are right now? Or do you have any outside sort of interests other than that, and probably girls?
I mean, my girlfriend and I have a house here in East Bridgewater. We no, you're good. We just bought this house. We're coming up on 2 years this fall, and she's an OR nurse in Boston at one of the bigger hospitals, and I fight. I bartend on the weekends, pay my bills. I run private training out of my basement. We have a nice little gym down here. I have 2 college degrees, so I'm always working on things on the side, kind of like pushing that entrepreneurial envelope.
Yeah, I get you.
With whatnot. But yeah, I mean, does fighting define me? No, but it's helped turn me into the greatest version that I've become of myself.
I hear that. I hear that from a lot of people. And it probably, in a lot of weird ways, it's probably made you calmer, right? It's probably like,
oh, most definitely.
Yeah, like you don't need to prove anything that like you don't need to prove. Okay, all right, yeah, whatever. Like you don't need to prove anything. You know what would happen. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm at a point in my life where I'm looking to give back and to be in service to others, and as my fighting career comes to an end, which inevitably will be within the next, I would say, next 5 to 7 years.
right.
I need a new direction, and I think I have a mentor in the Wim Hof method protocol, and also educated under the Oxygen Advantage information from Patrick McKeown. And I'm thinking about moving into like breath work and into that area, so I can really just start like spreading the good word about things that we can do on our own to like put us in a better state of mind.